Hi, this is Trepacer, and welcome to Trepacer's, I guess, Saturday horror reviews and Horoscope 101 videos as well. Um, like I said before in my last week video that I recorded, I start reviewing horror movies every Saturday, and since technically it's Saturday, since it's 1:30 a.m., uh, um, I reviewed a horror movie. I just actually got through watching a horror movie, and again, I want to say a special shout out to Rossi Boy 19. Okay, because he recommended this movie to me, telling me how great it was, and I actually got to watch it. And it's 1974's Black Christmas. Okay, again, Rossi Boy Ross, great fellow YouTuber from the UK, told me about this movie, and he told me how good it was. So, and I always wanted to get it, and I kind of delayed getting it, but I finally got it last week sometime, and I watched it tonight, like a little while ago, and this movie, oh my God, it's just absolutely amazing in terms of horror movies. Okay, and again, it was made in 1974, starring Olivia Hussey. You may remember her from Romeo and Juliet. I think it was I think it was a movie, Romeo and Juliet. She played Juliet, and also she was in a few other things. British actress, and Keira Dillon from Space Odyssey, right? And you have Margot Kidder, Lois Lane, and you have Andrea Martin, from SCTV, and who else? John Saxon was in it from Nightmare on Elm Street movies and The Dragon, and I'm trying to think who else was famous that was in this. I think that's the more famous people that were in this. Anyway, this story takes place during the Christmas break, where a bunch of sorority sisters are they're receiving these anonymous phone calls coming to their house where they live, and most of the sisters are going away for Christmas break, but there are a few that are left behind. Okay, like I said, they start receiving these mysterious phone calls, and then of course, one of the sisters that are scheduled to leave, she actually disappears, and they can't find her. So they actually call the cops and they go around doing a search. Anyway, the main characters, I guess, in this movie would be Olivia Haas's character named Jess. Then you have her boyfriend Peter, played by Keir Dullea. Then you have Margot Kidder, she's Barb, who's more of like a wild child. Then you have John Saxon, who plays Lieutenant, and Andrea Martin plays Phil. She's one of the again sorority sisters in the house. Okay, and like I said, what the sisters don't know, and what we know, is that there's a killer, basically going around killing the remaining sorority sisters. Okay, and let me just say, this movie has such creepy, supreme great atmosphere in this movie. They basically show a great. It's filmed from the point of view of the killer, parts of the scenes, and also when the killer calls the house, he's calling and then he starts speaking in voices, which also adds to the creep factor. Okay, and you don't really see the killer per se, so you're always wondering who could it be. When when the murders take place, you don't really see the killer. Okay, so you're wondering who it could be, and you have a couple of suspects in the movie that there's a couple of theories that I have too of who the killer could be. Okay, and like I said, it's just creepy. Like I said, and the cops even go to the point where they report the phone calls, and the cops stop tapping the line, to find out where the calls are coming from, and without revealing where they're coming from. It's just that, again, another thing. And like I said, most of the scenes take place at night, of course, and it's Christmas time, so you have the bright lights and everything else. And in the house, like I said, because most of the girls are gone, for the Christmas break, so there's only a few girls in the house. That also adds to the creepiness factors because you don't know who's in the house and you don't know where the killer is, and it just adds to the whole atmosphere of the movie about why is this killer killing them, and where is he, and why is he doing this. And it's just like I said, Olivia Hussey I thought was great as Jess. Like she's the main star, and then you have Keir Dullea who plays her boyfriend, who's kind of high strung guy. They're going through a midst of a kind of a breakup. Okay, and the other sorority sisters, like I said, Margot Kidder's character, she's more like a wild child. She says what's on her mind, and she's kind of insulting to the other girls sometimes. And then you have Andrea Martin, who's like the concerned, I guess, responsible person. Okay, and it's a really good just a really good thriller. It has a little bit of humor in there with some of the cops and stuff, but for the most part, the tension is great and the atmosphere is fantastic in this movie. And this is Barb Clark directed this, and I have to say it's really, really effective. And the ending, you can take kind of two ways, okay? But I kind of like the ending, okay? Even sometimes you like definitive endings and things to be resolved and everything else, and things to be, I guess, spelled out. But that's not the case so much sometimes with some horror movies. Sometimes they leave it ambiguous. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they let you know who the killer is and everything. And definitely, I recommend you watch this to see how this movie ends. Okay, it's just a really fantastic movie, and I would give this an 8 out of 10 for sure. One of the creepiest. This movie predates Halloween, I think, by 4 years, and it's just fantastic. And this, I think they said this. They credit this as the event, the modern day slasher. Like this movie is the one, I guess, that started it all. They could, a lot of people consider this one to me because it's kind of, it came before Halloween. So, and it's definitely the creep factor and that whole atmosphere is perfect, and acting top notch. And special credit to, like I said, the because I was reading the way they said that the way special features and how the cameraman, the cinematographer filmed because you get these point of view of the killer shots, and he built a harness that he actually put on his shoulder, and actually that way he filmed it while he was walking through the house and stuff. So you get his point of view, and that was again added to the creep factor in this movie. So I would definitely give Black Christmas an 8 out of 10. Just absolutely fantastic. I can't highly recommend it more. I actually have the remake, which I haven't watched. Okay, but this one, oh my God! Again, thank you, Ross, again for recommending this movie to me. This is top notch. Definitely highly recommend it. Very creepy. Okay, anyway, let me know if you've seen Black Christmas, 1974 version. Feel free to leave comments down below and let me tell me what you think of it. And this is Trepacer for the Horoscope 101 channel, and for Trepacer's Saturday Horror Reviews, saying so long and take care. And next week I'll be back with another horror review. Okay? Thank you.